fight. We don't have anyone who can deal with both of these people, and they won that ground fight, and that's really put Rumera in a weird position where he was in the back, but all alone.
Well, this time though, Exceed's gonna be playing on the soldiers, so a little bit more of a consistent lineup, I guess. More consistent damage than what the Widowmaker would be able to provide as they're looking to push back in. But they get directly on the point here, and Bido is actually overstanding quite a bit here, but he's not being chipped down just yet. Taken down about 100 HP by Exceed. But no kills. No real damage coming through from both sides, and not even the hooks coming through. What's going on?
It's just mayhem down there. Everyone's got the healing boost on them, getting healed back up. Rumera is all alone in a corner, which is where he's lived his life so far. Right now, though, Exceed is on the high ground, and they need to deal with this.
And Route, not to mention, been up a lot of O%, about 50% currently. Cloudy getting relatively close there to Exceed, being balanced up, but Desperado's now down. That's a good first initial kill here. Rumera just can't seem to hit the hook on Bido, and Cloud does get himself a double kill here as Bido's going ham directly up against Exceed, takes the kill, and even with the nano boost being used onto Ralph, I feel like that's a major waste. And with 2 seconds left, they're not going to cap this point.
No, I mean, the nano boost is, you just had to use it, you had to go off. I love Bido, it's just fearless. He's like, oh, there's a soldier murdering everyone? I got this, no problem. He's been 1v1ing into Exceed all day, and like, he really should be losing it more often than he is.
I think BBR is just trying to pick up the point last second here. Trying to keep it contested. Ground to Surge being used as well at the choke point. Good Earthshatter comes through, actually. Potential to make something happen off this, but Bido puts the nail in the coffin with the barrage, and that will do it. Helsinki Reds won't be able to cap the second point, or the first point in the second attack. And that means that ENCE can take this series back with their first map on the board.
Yeah, best case scenario for defense now would be a draw, I think. I think my brain's working here. Yeah, so it's pretty simple. Take the point and take a map. And everything we saw up to this point was all Helsinki, but it seems like warm-up phase is now over for ENCE, and I'm just really impressed with Bido. I mean, my Pharah bias aside, of course I love Pharah, but he's playing really brave and smart at the same time, if that makes sense. He's picking the engagements that he has to pick, right? So, like, you have to kill Exceed. I know it's a soldier, but he's going in there, and he's hitting every rocket he needs to. They've been close 1v1s. I think they lost Dorado because he lost that 1v1, but now he's winning them. So, it's been an important shift between Bido and Exceed.
Yeah, honestly, I haven't really been able to see a Pharah play that aggressively, and I don't know if that's just because he's very comfortable doing it, or maybe Exceed's not applying the pressure to prevent him from doing it. It's kind of hard to tell in this situation because Exceed's been playing fantastic, Bido as well, but he just doesn't seem to be scared like you've been saying, and it's been at least helping carry them on King's Row. But my question comes into, can he play something other than Pharah? Let's just assume Helsinki Red switches to double hit scan and like a Zenyatta, or just a Zenyatta and the soldier. I don't really see him living ever in those situations.
Well, he ran it into a soldier and a widow and somehow came out mostly alive. So I think he just runs it whenever, wherever. But the question is now, does he stay on this widow? I mean, a lot of widows will just try to get this first shot early on, and I bet you, coming back up on Pharah. There it is.
He sure as hell thought about it, though. He was like, hey, I hit a shot. Yeah. Maybe I should. Nah, let's go back to projectiles. Exceed, though, on his own high ground, so the team has to play relatively close to this play towards point. Is Cloudy going to charge straight forward? Doesn't hit the charge, gets knocked directly into the air, right into the open arms of Rumera, and gets the kill into BBR. That's a huge kill for them, because now, as long as they pick up a couple more with the healing that they don't have, they could secure this one.
Well, Baito's down there. That's going to mean that Exceed can do whatever he wants on the top ground here, but they're playing in decent angles, staying out of his line of fire, and there's just too much for him to shoot at. There's not really great target selection as Rumera goes down, gets himself hooked, but gets a bubble there. It is just Exceed against the world, but now Pharah's back, and he's got to fail.
He was getting the damage in. The problem was he just wasn't getting the kills. Like, Desperado escaped around the corner on the statue with the help of Trickvi just to speed him away. The point will be contested for now. He's getting relatively close to his Earthshatter, or sorry, his ultimate, his Tac Visor, and Ralph does have Earthshatter ready to go, so he's just looking for the opportunity to use it, and that could be huge.
He got in and got a pack. There's an Earthshatter from the other side, though, as they continue to clean up. Tac Visor is going to go down. Can it be the best one ever? No, off of the point.
All right. Well, that does mean we are now at 1-2 in favor of Helsinki Reds, and we'll be going over to, if I'm not mistaken, Hollywood as our next map.
It's not all on Exceed there, but from his vantage point, there's about 4 targets down there, and he had a Roadhog to work with too, so you just got to be picking whatever target takes damage. And
I'm a little bit sad to actually not see any Symmetra, actually, or Torbjorn being played at all so far.
Yeah, I think it is probably maybe regional difference. This doesn't cover all of EU, but there have been times in the past where just like EU doesn't run this, and NA runs this, and NA does this, and EU does that. But we've been seeing a ton of Torb and Sim on these first points, especially Dorado, Hollywood. Not so much Kings anymore, which I've always found strange because Kings was like the first Symmetra map. Like Melty just always ran Symmetra on Kings. But yeah, it's been odd to, I guess. I don't know, if they don't know each other well enough, they don't know if they can win that first fight. And when like running a Symmetra and losing the first fight feels awful.
Ooh, wow. It's a nice 14% with that Fire Strike coming through. On my ultimate as well. But we're seeing it looks like Exceed playing the Soldier this time. Bido, again, going to be on the Pharah, on attack, on defense. Doesn't matter. He'll play this Pharah. That's where he's Valkia over here in Europe now. But I don't know, it's going to be a little bit difficult for him because if he does jump high, then that means Affix and Exceed can both chime in on him. And if you just hit like one and a shot and then Exceed
It is to Woomba's up top, or Woomera rather, not Roomba. Up top trying to hit hooks. It's a huge hook on Bido. That is nice.
All right, well, it looks like it's still continuing to work. Actually, I have the overlay wrong here, so I'll just take over for a second while I do fix it. As I just noticed, it's going to be Helsinki REDS on the defense.
You know, chat doesn't notice everything, but one thing they will always notice is if your overlay is wrong. An eagled eye on that. They do push out, clean up the rest of those kills. They're going to be in pretty decent position to get back here on the defense. That early Fire Strike going down onto the Ana means that the offensive Ana will have her Nano Boost ready, try to get there for the next push. And, well, I mean, defensively, they're going to have their own visor up and Nano Boost too. So, going to be interesting. I still think this is all about can they dislodge Exceed from the cafe. Even before 76 was buffed, that's where he made his living on Hollywood, and he's still just chilling out there.
Well, Bido wants to try here, but actually he's not even going for the shots anymore. He's looking for Affix, try to take away the healing to those tanks that they need. The problem is, well, his team's not there. And I think that was a Helix rocket that just met the face of Bido.
Oh, props to Soldier. Hitting a mid-air Helix rocket. Like, I get killed as Pharah with one of those, and I just say GG.